All right. Hello, everyone on YouTube and on TikTok. Today we will be cooking up some pasta. So, first things first, we're going to cut up this onion so we can cook the onion. So, then we can add it to our beef. And so, we have our beef sitting here. We have our pan for our onion, beef, and then we have a pot of water for the spaghetti portion. And so now we'll re-angle the camera on YouTube so you can see the cutting board and that TikTok could see the cutting board. And we'll start with the onion. I'll put the scraps off to the side here. We'll cut up this end of the onion. Put this off to the side while we take off the skin of the onion. So yeah. Also, thank you to everyone who has followed, who has liked the video, who's leave comments. On TikTok, we have quite a few people already commenting. Let's see the comments. What are you making? We're making spaghetti. Are those PJs? They look like PJs, but they are not. They are the clothes I wear inside because I don't wear my outside clothes around the house. So. People are asking how am I? I'm doing pretty good. How is everyone else doing? This onion skin is pretty sticky. What are outside clothes? Clothes that you wear when you leave your place. Like jeans or like nice clothing. Okay, this is off to the side. We'll clean the onion peels later. We're going to cut the onion in half. And we're going to use the whole onion. David's stating how he wears jeans inside. Am I doing it wrong? It's more like a preference. I don't, because sometimes when I'm inside, I may be laying on my bed. I may be on the couch, and I don't want to wear outside clothes on my bed, so I just change into like inside clothes. But you could do whatever you feel comfortable. People are saying the kitchen looks different. Makes sense. If you hear a timer going, that's because there's bread in the oven and because my mom's making herself a snack. So I'm putting lines in the onions, not cutting all the way through. And they're not perfect either. They're just enough to make it nice small onion slices like this. And I realize I forgot to do one step with the onion of cutting, but that's okay. I'll do it with the other half. And it's just something to make it smaller slices. Oh, wow. That onion went flying. We're also going to put the onion pan right here to make it easier to transfer. And you could have your onions as large as you want or as small as you would like. Are you going to put olive oil in as well when we're cooking the onions and the meat? Yes, we will. Ooh. Always have a nice grip on your knife. And if you have to adjust it, then adjust. one half of the onion's done, so we'll put it into the pan. So many questions. Yeah. It's more of like a preference. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Everyone lives their life in a different way. Ooh, that was a piece of an onion skin. Put that over there. Ooh, some onions fell. That's fine. We'll pick it up when we're done chopping the onions. Okay. Ooh. All right. So this is one thing I didn't do with the other onion, is like cutting it this way first, but not all the way, just to get smaller slices of onions. Okay. Also, how does everyone else typically make their spaghetti if they were to make spaghetti? Like, what ingredients would you be including? I guess is a better way to form that question. How are you looking at the onions? Here's one way, is because I did not cut off this piece, and this gives off the what's the, not the odor, but the gas that results in your a burning sensation in your eyes. And so if you don't cut that off, most likely the gas of the onion will not be released. That causes your eyes to tear up when cutting onions. Okay, now we'll transfer all the onions to the pan. There's a question of who's your celebrity crush. I don't have one at the moment. That's a good question. Someone saying that they remember they followed someone who knows Polish. It's a strange thing to state, but all right. Doesn't look like we have any comments on YouTube, so we'll see. But it seems like a lot of comments over on Instagram. Someone said, are you making lasagna? We are making spaghetti. Someone else asked.
With meat.
We're making it with meat, ground beef. Okay. And someone says that, do you have plans for the Christmas holidays? We do not. At the moment, I do not. Okay. We're going to grab the onion slices that fell on the ground.
Like the pepper.
Yeah. We're going to move these skins of onions to the trash real quick to keep the area clean. it's easier to maintain a clean kitchen or clean area if you do the cleaning after every stage. Otherwise, because it seems very small. But if you do it all at the end, it feels like too much, and it may feel overwhelming. So it's better to do it along the way.
Może się zdarzyć, oni jedzą spaghetti z misą.
Yep, put that one. Okay, we're gonna move the cutting board because we're done with it. We're gonna readjust the cameras here. Piece of onion. We're gonna adjust the YouTube camera. Hello. And the TikTok. Also, thank you, Mike, for following my account on TikTok, and another person doing the same. Okay, we adjust the cameras here. We'll leave y'all actually over there. So we have our pan of onions. We'll add it on here. We'll add the fan, so it's going to be a bit loud. We're going to turn on that burner, and we'll add some olive oil to our onions, and then we'll add some salt and pepper as well.
Nothing.
Huh? Yeah, we don't need a lot of olive oil. And then salt and pepper. So here is some black pepper. And then some salt. We're also going to stir it a bit. To make sure.
Ciekawe, czy jest się
Okay. Now we'll leave the onions to cook. Someone says don't put any mushroom in. I personally don't really like mushrooms, although I do it sometimes, but we're not going to put that in. And let's see. Now we're also going to start boiling the water for the pasta, so we can add that. Okay. And now here we have our meat. Let everyone see. Basically. I'm also going to take some juice. Okay. All right, uncover our meat. Make sure not to touch any of the raw bits of the meat. And we're going to turn on the burner for our meat pan. We're just going to plop this in. Just like that. And we're going to use the same spatula for the meat because we're eventually going to be adding them together, so it's alright to use the same spatula. If you want to use a different spatula, you're more than welcome to. I personally don't want to clean another thing. And we're just cutting up the beef right now. And then we'll add in a little bit of oil and the seasoning. We'll increase the heat on the onions because I want those to be cooking a little bit faster than the meat. Now, oops, that's okay. We'll add some oil, not a lot, but enough for it to cook. Okay. Drizzle on top here. Same looks like a good amount. And now we're going to open a new thing of parsley to add to our meats. Okay, that bit we can leave on. We'll just sprinkle. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, it is good. Okay. There was no additional paper there. We'll open this up. We'll do a generous amount of parsley. We might add some more oil to the beef. Good amount of parsley. We'll add some basil. Not that side, this side. Maybe we will do that other side. It doesn't seem to come out. Okay. Seems like a good amount. Let's see. Yep, we're going to need some more oil, and that's okay. A little bit more. It's always good to start off with less because you can always add more, but you can't always take it away if you add too much. And we'll add some baguette seasoning, which is like vegetable seasoning. Okay. Put the extra back into the container. This is cooking, so we're gonna clean up the station a bit. Okay. Let's check. Let's stir this around a bit. Okay, we'll lower the heat on the meat a little bit. Check the onions. Good. The water's still not at a boil, so we won't add the pasta just yet. Onions, we kind of want them to be a little bit translucent and clear. Also, thank you to everyone following on TikTok. What's the oil? It's the extra virgin olive oil from Filippo Roberto. I don't know. Some olive oil that we found at Juralasco. Also, thank you to those sharing the live stream over on TikTok. Someone says they're learning how to cook. Do you have any strategies? Well, that's why we're making this cooking video. I'm also recording this video on YouTube if you ever want to watch back. And that will not have any edits, so it'll be like the same time. And then I have other cooking videos on YouTube for snacks or meals as well. For those who need some help in the kitchen, or maybe you just don't know what to make, you could click on one of those videos. Okay. We're going to flip the meat around so it's cooking on the other side. Do you have any additional questions here? Someone says, what skincare do you use to be so beautiful? I just make sure to wash my skin. And I don't actually know the products I use. It's mainly just like soap and water. could you bring me some of your cooking, like what I'm making? Unfortunately, no, but I'm making a video so you can follow along with that, so you can make it yourself. And this is something you could customize for how many servings you need. This is supposed to feed ideally 3 people. I'm making it for 3 people, but then the dog may eat some of the meat, so we'll see how that goes. But I think it's probably 2 pounds of meat is what I'm using. And so we use like we cut up a large onion. We'll lower the heat on the onions. Okay. If I don't see your question, you're welcome to retype it. Because it is just me looking at the live chat for today. You want to add the onion to the meat when the meat's basically almost done. And so since it seems like our onion's cooking faster than the meat, we'll lower the heat. So yeah. Mark, you're all good. Oh, apparently TikTok has a smell option to transfer through the screen because people stating that they could smell the food being cooked and that smells so delicious. Someone says, how do you feel about completing the first term semester? Well, technically not my first semester in college. It was my second to last, at least for undergrad. And it felt good. And with high grades. And yeah. Hello, Marcos. Hello, Anthony. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. And the reason why you want to cut up the meat, one, then you have like a lot of like meat throughout your spaghetti, and it's not just one block of meat. And two, it helps cook it faster. And hello to those on YouTube. We have Al, on YouTube. So hello to you. Thank you for commenting in the live chats. We're going to move the meat around here. Make sure it's cooking all the way through. And we are going to add the sauce to the meat, but you want the meat to basically be done cooked through before you add the sauce, because then you'll know it's fully cooked. Otherwise, when you add the sauce, you won't know if there's any still pink parts in the meat. So yeah. Get a little bit more juice here. I have like an acai smoothie, I guess, here. It's like the things you find at Costco. Seems like we're being funny on the TikTok live stream, live chat over there, but that's okay. We lower the heat on the onions again. Check out the meat over here. We'll add the onions to the meat before we add the sauce, but you basically want the meat to be close to done cooking before you add the onions, and then basically done cooking when you add the sauce. And then our water's starting to boil in the pot, so we'll be able to add the noodles soon. Any more comments? Hello to those who have just joined us on the TikTok live stream and to our viewers on YouTube. Someone said, "Hey, stop cooking." That's an interesting comment there from the YouTube live chat. Why? I guess is my response to that. Hello to Nick on TikTok over there. Thank you for joining the live stream. We're going to turn off the burner for the onions. Meat's almost there. Okay. Ooh, I wonder if I'm supposed to. Hold on. We might have to add garlic. Alrighty, so we'll add some. We'll add a little bit of garlic to the meat. I don't want to take out another spoon, so we'll do it like a dash. So I just use the lid to measure. She's not present. Yeah, you could step away slightly for a few moments from the stove, but also be aware of what's on here. Okay, there's still a decent amount of red bits. So we'll wait a little bit before adding the onions, just because it'll be harder then to see all of that. Turn this around. Just looking here. We could start adding the onions to the meat now. Try to get all the onions on there. All done. Okay. Some we're hiding. Okay. And then fold these onions in with the meat. Okay. The water's boiling for the pasta, so we'll add the pasta. And we're just going to go by the box here. How long does it say? It says to cook it for around 10 minutes. All right, not so bad. Yeah, some of the onions did fall on the stovetop, but the stovetop is a little bit hot, so we'll clean up that mess later. They already touched the stovetop, so we're not going to add those to the meat. But thank you for pointing that out, Mark. We'll add the pasta. There we go. Although that looks like a wacky hair day, although it seems to be hard to catch up on the camera, so we'll just put that in. We'll put a timer for 10 minutes for the pasta. There we go. We'll check on the meat to see if it's good to add the sauce. It's at a good temperature. Alright, seems like we could add a sauce. We might have to add 2 cans of pasta sauce, but that's okay. On YouTube, they're asking if I know something or someone, and the answer is no, not to my knowledge. Might need some help opening this pasta sauce, though. Or not. I guess that answers my question. It's around 28 ounces of sauce. And hello, Snowblood. Okay. I'll just add the whole thing. Let's see. We might. Oh, hello there, Mr. Snowball. Would you like to say hi to everyone? Oh, no, he ran away. Someone said, can you sing a music for me? Do you mean sing a song? Also, I'm gonna be right back. One moment. Okay, we're not gonna add another can of pasta, but what we will do is lower the heat to like a medium low to let it simmer with the sauce. And yeah, which is good because it's like for 10 minutes. So once the pasta's done for like another 4 minutes after that, and yeah, just let it simmer. We'll make sure it's covered. All the pieces are covered here. Sometimes you have to get the sides, but that's a-okay. You want it to simmer on a low heat because then all the flavor goes through. We'll add a little bit of salt to the pasta here. Alrighty. Doesn't seem like we have any new live chats comments. So, all right. Don't know if we're going to be keeping the glass container, so we'll just put it off to the side for now. We have the strainer ready for the pasta. When that's ready in like 5 minutes, so I'll put that by the sink so it's easy access. And now we just wait. Hello, Megan there on TikTok. How are you doing? Oh, we have some more comments on YouTube. By this time for sleeping. Don't quite understand that one. I'll say that. Don't know what you're trying to express there. Oh, people are liking my outfit today. What? Or cabinetry. My apologies. They like the style of it. Well, thank you. Because at times we don't like this dark color. I will say that. Snuggles barking at something. Megan's doing okay. That's great to hear. Oh, thank you for the comments. If you look so pretty, thank you for that. All right. Let's see. This pan of onion, we'll leave it there because I'll clean it once we've drained the pasta's water. So this one piece of pasta didn't go in, so there it goes. Let's see. Someone said, "What are you doing?" We are making spaghetti. So we have the spaghetti cooking. We have the meat already cooking with onion, and it's cooking the sauce, so it's already cooked through. And now it's just simmering with the sauce for flavor. Yeah. And the meat we're using is ground beef. And then this video is also going to be on YouTube, so if you want to make it on your own in the future, you could do that. And it will not be cut. It will show the same length, so you could have it on while cooking all the way through. That's good. Thank you. Yeah. And then on YouTube, by the way, the channel name is, you can either search my name, Olivia Rit, R-Y-T, or The Life of Olivia Rit. And there's also other multiple cooking videos for food, for meals, or for snacks. So yeah. Although for this one, I will say it helps when you have at least 3 burners to do it, because then you could cook the onions, the meat at the same time, have the water prepared to boil, and then have the pasta there. Oh, it looks like Amazon is visiting my neighbor as it drives up his driveway. Thankfully, the snow is melting, so all that ice on driveways are also melting. So yeah. And it seems like Snowball's eating his food over there. Another thing that we're going to add to the pasta that's optional is, why was that oily? Is some cheese on top. So yeah. I'm going to wash my hands from that oil in that container. How much longer do we have on the noodles? Around 2 minutes, okay. We might let them cook for 1 more minute, though, because the box says you could do it. You could cook it for like an extra minute. So we'll do that. Someone says they're also getting there's a lot of snow to come. Yeah, I heard there is like a blizzard coming, or like a winter storm. Okay.
Yeah. How long is
Jeszcze minutę, but I'll probably do an additional minute.
I will. Make sure that it's not sitting good. And I know what to protein now.
No, they seem to be dobra.
Nie, Kasper będzie lubił takie amount of sauce.
That's what I mean.
Mhm.
I don't like za dużo.
Yeah, we don't like sticky noodles.
But it's just jeden, so yeah.
Możesz pokazać, nie?
For a moment. Let's see.
Oh, it smells good. Oh.
Does it?
That's parsley.
Parsley, basil, vegeta, and garlic, because it was here. Okay, we'll show you all how the meat with onions and sauce is looking like as it simmers here. So we'll move it around a little bit. You want to have it so it's evenly distributed. That is the timer for the pasta. We'll set it for 1 more minute. And so that's another reminder that we have 4 more minutes on the meat, and then here's pasta cooking up here. It's looking really nice. Okay, flip the camera around, back to here. Can't necessarily do that on YouTube because it's on a laptop, so yeah. Oh, we'll fix the angle over there. There we go. There's a big slice of tomato. But yeah, 1 can, 28 ounces seems to be like enough sauce for this, for like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of meat, ground beef. So Snowball keeps going back to his food to eat up. Okay, we also don't need this pasta box anymore. So we'll toss this away as well. And okay, that is the timer for the noodles. We'll turn off the burner, but I'll drain it very shortly. Okay, I'm just gonna prep the drainage. We can't show you the sink because there's windows right there, and so that will relieve location. So we're not gonna show that. Okay. We'll leave this spatula here. We're gonna pick up pot. It is hot, so be aware. We'll place our drainer at the bottom of the sink, and then we'll pour the noodles right into the strainer. Not drainer, but strainer. And also be sure not to splash yourself with hot water.
With some juice. It's good.
Yep.
They deep plate underneath.
Albo pół dnia. Gdzie? Tu?
Nie,
Here?
ale opcji. Yeah.
I know. I was just because I didn't want to touch the metal. We'll cover it. So if you don't want to dirty up another plate, what you could do is put the strainer on top of the pot you were using, so it drains all the water that way. Because not all the water got out. And so we have the pasta in here. We have this keeping it covered. We'll put a timer for 2 more minutes for the meat to sizzle with the sauce, and then it'll be a full 10 minutes.
Can you put some aside meat for Snowball?
Yes, we will, but we'll wait for it to cool down.
No, cool off this plate.
Cool on I'm going to put this in the sink first. Or we'll put it off to the side.
Dajmy tutaj i będzie cool down.
We're going to give Snowball some meat. We're going to let it cool down for a bit.
I'll wait at 20 minutes.
20 minutes, okay. Yep. Would you like to like
Yeah, mom.
Well, ja nie wiem, za dużo. To jest like za dużo.
Jeszcze trochę.
Jeszcze?
It's good amount.
I just don't want him to eat it too quick, you know. And then we'll leave that to cool down for 20 minutes. Okay.
Well, keep it up.
He's following my mom with the food right now. Okay, we'll double check that the burners that should be off are off, and they are. Someone says, "What an amazing daughter cooking for the family."
I know, thank you.
I should have 5 of them. She says she should have 5 in total or more. I don't know. But yeah. But it seems like it takes around 45 minutes, so probably it takes about roughly an hour to have this because I had some things already prepped, like the water ready in the pot for the noodles. The pans were already here, ready to go. So we had some of the ingredients already here. So probably takes around an hour to make this. Yeah. So, a few more seconds on the meat to sizzle. And then we'll put on a timer for snowballs to give it to him so it's not too hot. Because if we give it to him too hot, then it like burns his mouth. And we don't want that. So we'll set a timer for snowball here. This burner is still hot, so we'll turn off this and we'll move the meat. We'll cover it slightly. We'll move the meat to a burner that we did not use. So yeah. And then we'll grab a plate to put the spatula on. So we're using the same one for the meat. So we'll place that over here. We'll turn off the fan. And that's it. I'll plate one because I'm actually hungry. So we'll actually plate the food that we made. So I personally like to start with the spaghetti. So that's what I'm gonna do.
There's no more experiment.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and hold this right here. I'm not gonna take a large serving because I don't eat that much. And then I can always grab more
If we need cheese
later. That's what
Pecorano.
that's what I was telling them.
Parmigiano, no, to nie jest pecorano.
Just Parmesan.
Reggiano. We like the Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah. And we have the one that's 24 months aged. Okay. So we have the noodles here. A little bit up. And we'll cover them up. And then we'll grab some meat over here. A little bit. Around maybe a little bit more. There we go. Put this here, put this there. And then we'll add some cheese on top. Okay. So I like to have a lot of cheese. I may add some more as I eat, but this is what I have right now. So we have spaghetti with some meat, onions, sauce, and other seasoning with cheese. And now we'll show on TikTok here. Here we go. All right. So that's going to be it for the filming portion. I am now going to enjoy my meal in peace. And whoever wants food will just come and grab it in the household. This is one where it's like quite simple, and it's also simple to heat up as well when necessary. So yeah, we'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you for joining us here for this cooking live stream. And be sure to follow my YouTube and TikTok, and we'll see ya in the next one. Bye, everyone.